Okay, so my name is Lori, and I had so many requests to show how the inside of this beautiful card was made. I decided to go ahead and do a video on it. This was such a fun card to make, and I'll be honest, it wasn't mine, and I am probably going to botch her name, but it's Tanu Creative, and I got it off of YouTube. Tanu Creative, and this is totally her card unless she got it off of somebody else. I got all of my um, dimensions and everything from her. Now, I will tell you that she did everything in centimeters, and so some of my numbers are going to be in centimeters, some of my numbers are going to be in inches, and just listen carefully. I'll go back over them multiple times, but I'm going to do a whole new card with you so that I can kind of explain a few things. In my first card that I did, and unfortunately I can't find it anywhere, I had magnets. Well, my magnets didn't work very good, and so this card I did strings and I did a bow. In the meantime, I was able to get new magnets in the mail, and so I'm not sure if these are strong enough to hold the card together or not. But the new card that I'm going to make is actually I'm going to use the yarn again because I have a ton of it and I think it'll look pretty. But the two different types of magnets were these right here, and actually they're very strong. They're even really hard to pull apart, and these are much easier and maybe seem a little more craft friendly. So if you choose to use the magnets, I would recommend that they go underneath the designer series paper, just like we're going to put the ribbon under it. So those are the little to-dos that I have. I decided to use these sweet little stockings stamp set and the sweet little stockings paper. I haven't done one in this yet, so I thought that's what I would do. So Evening Evergreen is the base color card that I chose, and this base measurement is 4 5/8 by 10 1/2, and those are in inches. So 10 1/2 inches by 4 5/8 inches. So those are in inches. Then you are going to score the card at 2 1/16, 2 1/16. So again, those are in inches. You're going to score. Then you're going to rotate the card to the other side, and you're going to score again at 4 1/8. And again, those are in inches, 4 1/8. So when you're finished, you will fold on the score lines, and you will have a card that looks like this. All right, so this is your base card. Then once you pick out your designer series paper, then we will cut for those. Now, the one thing that I would recommend doing, and let me grab it real quick, is I use my detailed trio punch, and I don't know if you can see it. I used the curved one. I am going to go ahead and do my corners of my card. I don't want to forget to do it. On the very first card that I did, I put down all of the designer series paper, and then I had to kind of peel it up, and it was a mess. So I just want to make sure that I do this first so that I do not have to fix that again. So, all right, so that's your base card. Then you are going to grab your designer series paper that you want your bag to be in. So all of this is going to be in centimeters. So all of the paper for your bag is going to be in centimeters. I felt like this was the easiest way to do it. So you are going to cut a piece of designer series paper at 27.5 centimeters by 10 centimeters. Let me say that again. 27.5 centimeters by 10 centimeters. And that's going to be the base part of your bag. Then we're going to go down and we're going to score. So make sure your cutting blade is up at the top. Our first score is going to be 1.5 centimeters. So 1.5 centimeters is going to be your first score. Then your next score is going to be 3 centimeters. That will be your next score line. Don't press too hard because you don't want it to rip through your designer series paper. Then the next one is going to be 13 centimeters. And that is going to be your next score line. Then 14.5 centimeters. That's going to be your next one. Then 16 centimeters, and that one's really hard to see, but it's that middle one. So 16 centimeters. And then your last one is going to be 26 centimeters. Sorry for my hand going in front of you, but 26 centimeters. Okay, so that's what you're going to do horizontally. Now vertically, you're going to do 1.5 centimeters for your first one. It doesn't matter which side, just choose a side. 1.5. Then you're going to flip your paper around to the other side and you're going to do 2.5 centimeters. 2.5 centimeters. Let me just get that right on the mark there. 2.5. I hate it when my paper seems off. Let's do this again. 2.5. Okay. Just make sure your paper's on properly. Okay. I'm going to put this aside for right now. All right. Now, I'm going to flip this paper over, and this is not going to be any easier to see, but I am going to use a Sharpie marker because you are going to have two spots. One here and one here. And you're going to have one here and one here. We are going to cut those out. Okay. Then there's going to be one here and one here. And then there's going to be one here. And I am just feeling for the score lines. So there's going to be a big one here. There's going to be one here and one here. And then those two. So all of these spots with the X on it, you are going to cut them out. So let's do that real quick together. And I will be honest with you, it might be easier if you go ahead and fold on your score lines so you can see them better, whatever works for you. This designer series paper that I have chosen is actually harder to see than it was with the Peaceful Cabin one. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of fold so I can see better. But I'm just going to cut right on these score lines. Throw them in my trash bowl. Alright. And there will be two in the middle. Let's find that score line. Where is it at? It's right there. And this score line is right there. Sorry, I'm getting out of the way here. out of the camera. Okay, now let's go on this other side here. Let's find that score line. We're just going to cut on that score line. I'm going to go up to the top score line. I know these are kind of hard to see, but do your best. Then we'll go across. This is going to be the center of your bag. And then we're going to come down here to the bottom. And we'll do one here. We don't need to do the middle one, we just need to cut across. And again on this side, just make sure we go up the score line and then across the score line. Okay, so your center of your bag will look like this. Now, before we start putting this together, I want to do the pieces for the handles. Now, I've chosen the Playful Pets cord because I haven't used it, and I bought it, and I thought, oh, this would be cute. So I'm going to use this for my cording. And on Amazon, I bought some hole punches, and they were 3 different hole punches. The first one, let's just show you, is just a real tiny, that's a pink one. This one is a bigger one, more like a regular hole punch. That was the blue. So I'm using the purple handle, and it is just the right size to put the cording through. So that's what I am going to use to put my cord through. Now, because this isn't very deep, I flipped my card over like this. Now, the way that I decided what the center of this card was is I just used my grid, and I took a pin and I found the center of the grid, and I just kind of went out 2 of them, just made some marks and flipped them, and I got the right size, and then I folded it over and did it for the other side, tried to match up those lines as best as I could, and then I have the holes for my cordage. All right, so to do your cord, you will come through the back side. You'll come through the back side, and then you will go through the front side. And this is kind of unraveling, so we're going to try to twist it and pull it back through, and sometimes you might have to cut it to get it to go again. But I'm going to go back through. I'm not going to go through this flap. Then I'm going to use my lines here again, and I'm just going to figure, I'll just go to this line right here. Okay, so then I took some of my 2-sided tape and I just taped it down, just like that. Went around it, cut the excess off because I don't want to be able to see it. And then I used my Take Pick tool and popped that off. And then you can take your stamp and seal or your adhesive, strong adhesive, and pull it all the way across and push it down, and you have your cord for your first side of your bag. So do the same thing to the other side. Make sure I'm in the camera view. I'm going to come in through the inside of the card. Come in through the inside, come around, and go back into the back side. Line my card up and find the line that I want that to come down on. Then you can take tape if you don't have any of the double-sided sticky tape. You can take just regular tape. And I popped that down and pulled it up with my tape pick tool. Then, here it is, right in front of my face. Oh, I hate it when I do that. Get my Stampin' Seal, right like that. And I'm going to actually cut this off first because I don't want it to show. I'm going to put that aside because I don't need that anymore. And there I have the beginning of my bag, which is really what everybody's been asking me for. Okay, so this center piece of my bag is going to go in like an accordion. All right, so it'll go in like an accordion. And I am using my hands to make it match up together. So it'll look like this. It'll look like an accordion, just like that, right? Okay, now on your other side, you're going to have to do the exact same thing with your pieces. So this first side will come in, and it'll match right there, and then you'll fold them in. So we're going to take the outside, this first sliver, and you're going to either use your Stampin' Seal or your two-sided tape. I'm going to use my two-sided tape, and I'm going to just put two pieces down. Make sure you can see what I'm doing here. I'm just putting two pieces down, and I'm going to clip off the extra. Grab some scissors that I don't care if it gets adhesive on. I don't want them on my good scissors. Then I am going to take my tape pick tool and pop that off. There. Come on. Let's go to the other side because it's struggling. There we go. Take that off. Okay. Then we're going to flip this around. And we're going to see, how is I going to do this? It has to go in. He has to go like this. Okay. He goes like this. Blue side matches the side with the what do you call it? Lights. Sorry about that. I'm trying to do something else instead of doing what I'm supposed to do. Okay, then you're going to fold it in, right? So each side is going to be folded in, and you have your little bag. You have your little bag. Isn't that adorable? This bottom part, I'll show you how to put it on in your card. So let's finish that up. All right, so I am looking for my card. All right, so here's my base card. So the first thing I did is I cut two pieces of the designer series paper. Okay, I cut two pieces, 3 7/8 inches by 4 1/4 inches. So these are in inches. So let me say it again, 3 7/8 by 4 1/4. That will fit right here, and it will also fit right here. So let's pop those down. And I'm going to have to sit up a little bit so I can see what I'm doing here. And I'm using Stampin' Seal, which is very sticky, so you got to make sure that you are ready to seal it down before you press down. All right. Okay, there's that one. And then the inside one will go right here. So let's put that one down. I don't know if you're like this, but I am so particular about the edging on my cards and making sure they're all the same, and sometimes I spend too much time on it. Okay, so this piece right here is going to be your next flap, and it's going to go right here, and it's going to be 4 inches by 4¼ inches. So 4 by 4¼ and it'll go right here. So let's put this one in. Excuse me if you see my head. Okay, right like that. Okay, then you're going to do 2 more pieces, and this is going to be the piece for here and the piece for here. These are going to be 1 3/4 inches by 4 1/4 of an inch. So 3 3/4 by 4 1/4. But before you put them down, you are going to grab your detailed trio and you're going to stick it in there and you're going to pop those sides so you don't forget to do it. This one's going to go here, so let's put it down first. To the other side. Right here, like that. And then this one is going to go on this side right here. So we're going to do this side, and the reason why I put this here, so I made sure that I was punching the holes on the right side of the paper, so I didn't have to waste any of this designer series paper because it's so cute. All right, and then I'm going to put it down. I'm trying to hurry for you because I don't want this to be too long of a video. All right, and then we'll just put it down right here in the center, like that. And then this will be the back side of your card. So it's going to look like this. Now, this is where your bag comes into play because it's going to go right here in the center of your card. So, 2-sided tape again, and this is what I do. I am taking my 2-sided tape and I am putting down 2 strips just like this, or you can just put down 1 strip. Mine kind of got wonky, so we're going to do it again. Let's put down a second one. There's that. And again, you can just cut off those edges if they're too far over. Just like that. And then we're going to do the other side the exact same way. I'm doing a video right this minute. I'm doing a video. Yeah, the leftover Thanksgiving stuff. Okay, cut that off. All right, then what you're going to do is you're going to use this Take Pick tool and pull your paper off. And then I came almost to the center. There is this line right here, that score line, and I put it really close. But I wanted to make sure I could fold it, so I didn't put it on the score line. Just put it close to the score line, and then you'll just take off your other side, just like this. And then you'll just fold your card over, and you'll press in on both sides. And when you open it up, there you have your little bag. Isn't that cute? All right, now I did exactly what I said not to do. That's so frustrating. I'm taping, really. I am taping. Right here is where we wanted to put our paper in. Our I really am taping. This is my mom. She came down here for candy. Okay. I'm just gonna flip that in there. But really, we should have put that down. We should have put it down with two-sided sticky tape so that it would not come out. And then just cut off a piece. And then again, same thing here. We should have done the same thing here. Just put in our two-sided sticky tape. Just like that, so it lines up. And I am going to go back in and reinforce this because this card is going to be so cute. I cannot wait to see it done. I'll put that there. And then our last measurements that I wanted to tell you about are these two measurements right here. So see how oh, I put it on the wrong side. Holy moly. It goes on this side. We'll stick it right in here on this side. And I am going to just reinforce this down better since I have completely pulled this up twice now. And I'm going to do it with my two-sided sticky tape. And I am just going to try to make sure that I have this lined up before I seal it all the way down. I did. Okay. Pull this up. Sorry about that. Sometimes that happens when you're recording. And then I'm just going to put some more of my tape down so that it will hold. And I will undo this. Okay, here we go. All right. That's why I have notes here saying that I should make sure you put the cards down. Okay. Then you have your last two pieces that are 4x3, these cards right here, and they will fit right in the inside here. And if you wanted to add just a little bit of decoration, you could definitely take your corners again, just like this. This just adds cute little details to your cards. Mine are getting all clogged up. Let's come back and do this one. And then you'll just put it down right here. I was going to put on mine, Santa Paws is coming to town, and maybe add some of these presents, or you could actually take some of the designer series paper and cut some stockings out and glue them down if you didn't want to do any stamping at all. But that is how I created my bag, because a lot of you were asking on my card how I created my bag, and I'll put that there. And then I thought this little doggy was so cute, I thought I was going to stick him somewhere because I just thought he was adorable. So there you go. I hope that helped. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask them below, and I will try to answer them the best I can. But I thought doing a video was the better way to do this instead of trying to write all these instructions down. So I hope you have a blessed day.